Good morning. I'm happy to be here. I was invited to present some outcomes of things that we do as ETF. The ETF belongs to the European Union family institutions, and we mainly are an expertise center. We support countries, neighborhood countries, in transforming and in developing their systems of vocational education and training, lifelong learning, and employment. So we belong to the European Union family. The word training in our title is very confusing because we do not provide training. We provide advice, knowledge, evidence-based on what we do in the neighborhood. I will go very quickly to that. Yes. So we work in the neighborhood, and the North African region is one of them. And in Egypt, in particular, we support the European delegation to Egypt in their activities in vocational education and training. And we also collaborate with the other development partners, and we advise also the stakeholders in Egypt. So what we do also, it's called the Torino Process. It's a little bit, the word Torino is because we are based in Torino. What we do also in all the countries, we do since 2013 a sort of analysis, assessment of the systems, which is based on dialogue and data and research and desk research. For Egypt, we have been doing one exercise for the period of 2018-2020. And in this exercise, we take in consideration the total context of the Egypt. So we do not take only one silo, so we take in consideration various dimensions. As you can see, governance and financing is one of them, the quality, etc. And this exercise results in a number of conclusions. Now, I have to say that the conclusions that I will present you now, to some of them, they're all already responses. So I will come to that back later. So one of them that I think you have heard 1,000 times, the institutional framework of VET in Egypt is very fragmented. What does it mean? It does simply mean that you don't work together. So that's it. You have different systems, and these systems don't work together towards a common goal. But I think you are all well aware of that. Another thing is the role of the private sector. And I just want to underline when you say, the word Sector Skill Council, the Sector Skill Council is only one method to involve the private sectors in VET systems. Why is it important? Not only for the jobs and because they are beneficiaries. If you look at evidence research in all the world, successful TVET reforms do not succeed without private sector. It's that simple. All the reforms that were successful, the private sector was involved. So it is a sort of law. It's not a choice. You have to involve them. Now, the governance is related also to the fragmented. As you, I think, also all aware that the collaboration and governing systems can be done better. And the funding mechanisms, I think, need also to be modernized. They are not incentive-based. Now, I go a little bit quicker. This, I think you have heard also many times, the mismatch, the quantitative as well as the qualitative, meaning simply that the required skills are not there, and that also the number are missing. So I heard the other day about the ready-made garment, that's a problem of skills provision. Now, the labor market information system was also mentioned by the Ministry of Economic Development and Planning. This is, of course, crucial. If you don't have information from the labor market, reliable information, you cannot build a system that corresponds to what is needed. So this is, I think, a very important and crucial element. And also directly related to the identification of skills. How can you identify skills if you don't have a system of identifying needed skills? We go on. Yes. Also the step from school, from training to work, also a number of initiatives there are being taken now. This is also a very important point. It includes orientation, guidance, etc. And the employer's perception of graduates. I think it is a universal problem, but you have to contextualize also this problem and take the right solutions to that. Now, yes, there are still other conclusions, many for Egypt. Yes, in the study we also saw that the content was content driven. This is changing now. The quality of the teachers is a concern, and the quality assurance. So if we look at the outcomes of the Torino process that we did from 2018 to 20, these were a little bit what we saw. Now, this gave a number of recommendations where meanwhile responses are being given, set up the sector skill councils, promote the vet access for all groups, special groups, as you know also the female, the women. Learning by doing. I think that in all countries where there is learning by doing, I say learning by doing because it includes work-based learning, dual learning. It's a law. Learning by doing, you learn the best. And yes, the employers' engagement also in the perception. I think sometimes we forget that. If an employer tells the trainees that he should go to vet, it's a different thing than in a government. So employers are very important also in changing the perception of working in a sector or working in your company. Yes. I will continue. Yes, the competence-based curricula. What does it mean? To put it very simple, it means that when you teach something, you teach somebody to be able to. That's competence-based curriculum, and not a field of knowledge. So to be able to do that. And this is, I think, a major change in Egypt now. And also, if you do such curricula, you need also the trainer and the teachers able to do that. In some countries, it has taken 10 years to transform the teachers and trainers doing that. So this is it's a long-term process and very important. And the quality assurance. If a school cannot guarantee the quality of the trainees that finish, it has no value, and the employers will see that. That's the reason why you need quality standards. That's the reason why ETCAN is put in place, or will be put in place. So, but there are responses today. Even if I'm a critical friend, because the ETF consider themselves also as a critical friend towards these policies. I think that a major achievement that is ongoing is the Technical Education 2.0, as it was called. I think this is a development where many of these recommendations are incorporated. And I think what the ministry did through Excellency Megahead was he managed to take all the initiatives of development organizations, GIZ, USAID, European unions, and he channeled that towards the implementation of a strategy. I think this is a great job. I work in Egypt since 2013, and I've never seen that. So I think this is a very, very, very positive model, a very positive way of doing. Now, and I've mentioned there a number of things that are being done. ETCAN, you know that? Yes. The applied technology schools, the center of competences, TVITA, that will contribute to the quality of the teachers and trainings. So I think that the results are there, but of course you're not there yet. A number of challenges still need to be planned. And least but not least, what is important is that finally the labor market information system even if it does not exist yet, it does not exist. Finally, there seems to be a direction, a lead on putting this in place. And I believe that the Ministry of Economic Development today has put this forward, including also the sector skill councils, which do not exist yet. So I'm curious to see if they will be set up. Excellent. Yes, I think that, yes, a last word that I want to say is the system also of continuous training. You know, employers often say, and they say it everywhere, it's a sort of mantra. Say, yes, but the skilled people, we don't find the skilled people on the labor market. Often it is also because some things go that quick that a regular school cannot follow in giving responses. So you need also a system where short reskilling, upskilling, requalification functions, and you can give quick responses. In systems where it works, let's say the regular system and the CVET systems, they are well coordinated. Yeah, and this is what I would advise you to also work on that, and this is related to the fragmented. I think I've said that the most important things that I wanted to say, and I would like to thank you and wish you luck. And I don't know whether shukran is written in the right form in Arabic there.
It is.
Yes.
It is. Thank you so much.
Good luck. Bye-bye.